when you're watching this, good afternoon, good evening, or good night. My name's Ross, and as always told out of voice of radio, and this, ladies and gentlemen, this is the big one. A product I have described on multiple occasions as being the best product ever is finally here. The Pokemon card game Precious Collector Box, Sword and Shield. Now, this is an interesting one, because sometimes I do openings, and the response I get from people is, oh my goodness, he's so lucky. Well, sometimes, yeah, you're right. Sometimes I've had somebody very nice help me get hold of a product. Sometimes I've entered a lottery over in Japan to win the right to buy a product. But there's no luck when it comes to the Precious Collector Box. There is just being willing to go a little overboard. You see, this was sold on... Oh, that looks so much better out of the pack. Right, let me just pause for a minute to make a new thumbnail picture. No, I'm not smiling any more than that. So... oh, this looks beautiful. And the thing is, this was sold on not on a lottery basis, but on a first come, first served, made to order basis. So you went onto the website and you signed up, and it would only ship within Japan. So the deal was simple. If you're willing to spend like $120-ish, I think it was that much, about $120 RRP, and you're willing to use a proxy address, and I'll be honest with you, the shipping for this to the UK ended up being like 80 quid. It was not cheap. But... this came in, with shipping, probably came in at about 180 quid, $200, along those kind of lines. You won't pick it up on eBay for double that. You'll be paying at least double that on eBay. And it is one of the coolest products ever. Oh, it came through intact. When you open it up, this is what you're looking for. Now, this card alone, this is about a $400 card at this point. It is... the last real kind of showy card from Sword and Shield. Now, we need to be extremely careful with this, because I cannot afford to replace this card. No, I will not be taking it out of the little pack. And what's really cool... oh, it looks so good. Look at the texture. Look, I mean, I'm colorblind, so I don't get the... it probably looks better to you than it does to me. But look at the colors, look at the texture, look at everything about that card. It is just amazing. The kind of card I have to hide away from my children because they can't touch it. Because I am never getting another one of these cards. And what's really cool here is that this represents the Sword and Shield in the Pokemon TCG. You've got Zacian, who was a big card for a long time. Crobat was our draw engine for a long time. I believe that Single Strike Urshifu, who's seen a bunch of plays. Shadow Rider Calyrex, Hisuian Zoroark, Inteleon, of course, was all over the game for years. This is one of those products, also one of those cards that just represents so perfectly. I'm trying to just, really spin it around and show you all the different angles here. This is one of those cards that just perfectly represents what the Pokemon TCG was in the Sword and Shield era. It is absolutely just ridiculously stunning. Do I have, hanging around, I think I do, just a top loader, a very dusty top loader, to, only on the outside, don't worry, just to kind of slide this into, because this is a card that needs to be looked after and treasured. Like I've said, this is a card that I will, if anything ever happens to this, it's not being replaced. It's too expensive. And the lovely Antoine Boulet pointed this out, and I do think it's a very good point. Who's overpaying for this? Because if you're in Japan, why are you paying like $400 for a box you could have got for $120 a couple months earlier? And if you're in like the US, UK, etc., if you're willing to spend about $500 on this box, or $400 just on the card alone, why? Oh my goodness, I didn't even notice that. Look at the box. It's got, it's got Pikachu VMAX, and there's Zacian, and there's Zamazenta. If you're willing to spend that much on this box, why did you not just use a proxy address and get it from source? That's what's confusing to me. Right, okay. Now we get to the rest of it. So, I'm never going to get this all back in, am I? I want to get it back in, I'll be honest with you. So we got ourselves a lovely card box here. Now, this is what is extremely cool about all this stuff. What is, I think, the real selling point. I mean, don't get me wrong. Seeing how much the promo has been selling for, this was worth it for the promo. The promo is now worth double what I paid for the box, like literally. You'd be lucky to pick the promo up for double what I paid for the box shipped. A lot more than double if you don't include the shipping. And shipping was ridiculous, but it's understandable. But, oh yes. So what we've got here is your card box. You put your cards in. And again, so you've got Crobat V here, which as we've said was a draw engine for like the whole format. We've got Arceus V Star, which saw a huge amount of play. Got Zacian V, which saw a huge amount of play. That's Eternatus, right? Yeah, there's Eternatus V Max that saw a huge amount of play. It's just the entire... And, you know, we can keep going. There is Luminion, which, of course, was... That's actually full art Luminion. That's not regular Luminion. That's full art Luminion, which, you know, saw a huge amount of play. Full arts, incidentally, because of the way they're designed, lend themselves to this product more than the regular artwork. And then inside, we've just got a few dividers, which, again, have that same kind of design. Showing off Zacian, Zamazenta. You got Shadow Rider Calyrex at the top. You got Eternatus down here. You got Palkia V-Star here. It does seem to be using the full arts all like the V-Stars. And it's just... It's literally like somebody went, right, I want a bunch of stuff that just shows off what the Pokemon trading card game was in the Sword and Shield era. And that's what they've gone for. Now, what's in here? This is heavy. Oh, okay, I know what's in here. I'm going to have to watch this video back to try and figure out how to get this all back in. Right. Okay, okay, right. So this is a very elaborate frame. All right. Okay. Okay, so it's got a little film on it, which I will not be taking off. But you've got that little frame there, which basically you, well, you use it to store the cards, don't you? And then you've got your backing here. Oh my goodness, this is... I'm not ready for this. I was not prepared for this opening, I'll be honest with you. It's not like I'm ever going to sell this, is it? Right. Okay. It's various bits of the frame, I'll be honest with you. Okay. Right. This is getting super confusing. It's basically just a very lovely frame with Precious Collector Box, Sword and Shield down underneath it on the bottom there. And it's just, I want to keep all of my cards in this, if I'm honest with you. I just want to keep all of my cards in this. And it's got some sleeves, well, not some sleeves, but, you know, some big hard sleeves that you kind of put your card into and then display it in the frame. So it's, yes, there's like full-on instructions for how to put it together. But basically, it's a multi-part frame that all goes together, and then you put your favourite card in, and life is good. It's also probably half the reason it cost as much to ship as it did, because that's very, very heavy. I am not feeling confident to attack that frame right now. But here's a very cool thing. Oh, I'm never going to get this back together. Oh, this is going to be horrendous. Right. We're gonna try and figure this all out later. For now, I want to show you, and let's get rid of the box. We can worry about this later. See if I can get it all back when the camera stops rolling. For now, it's the binder. And I do think we have to take it out the binder to really show it off in all of its glory. So let's go and do that. And this is one of, if not the coolest binder I've ever bought. It's just phenomenal. It's absolutely phenomenal. Once again, we've got, and it's got a lovely kind of faux leather design. Once again, we got all these Pokemon on there. You got your Arceus, you got your Zacian, your Charizard VMAX, Luminion, Eternatus. But if we go on to the back, it even goes on to trainers. Sure, you've got your Mew VMAX, obviously not a trainer. But you've got Boss's Orders Giovanni, you've got Scoop Up Net, you've got Marnie coming on here, and then you've got some others. You've got your Hisuian Samurott, you've got your Galarian Moltres, there's your Pikachu. Hey, it's Radiant Greninja! That's cool. I didn't know that was on there. That's really cool. And you'll notice there they've kind of, you know, they've used kind of little silhouettes, so to speak. So you've got the gold version of Scoop Up Net, because that's the one that makes the most sense. And like I say, you've got your full arts, that's your full art Boss's Orders, obviously. And then you've got Radiant Greninja. That looks really cool. So the frame, I'll be honest with you, we're leaving the frame for a minute. That's a little bit awkward. But this card box is absolutely amazing and looks stunning. This binder is just wonderful. And I cannot get over what they've done with getting all of the different Pokemon card arts onto the binder. It is just beautiful. And honestly, it's worth it for the promo. It is literally worth it for the promo. That is just one of the best cards we've seen. I mean, right next to me here, I've got the the Scarlet and Violet pre-order promo, and this is a cool card. It's got all the artwork on, looks very cool. But I think if you put the Scarlet and Violet promo next to the Precious Collector Box promo, you see with the texturing, the detail, etc., I think you can see why this is a very cool $20 card. This is a very cool $400 card. Now, it's not just that, this was given out like candy in all the pre-orders and early purchase bonuses of Scarlet and Violet, whereas this one you had to buy this special collector box, which you could get hold of it, right? And I know, it's the kind of product where I open it and everyone goes, oh, you're so lucky. But no, I'm just willing to be that guy. I am willing to be the guy that pre-orders a very expensive premium product and uses a middleman and then cuts back on other things to afford it. It's just one of those things. It wasn't a hard product to get hold of, but it was fiddly. It was awkward. But if you were willing, it was out there. Right, that's that. That's amazing. Now it's over to you guys. Tell me what you think about this. Tell me if you bought it. Tell me if you wish you bought it. Tell me what you think of this promo. Would you pay $400 for this promo? I wouldn't, but that's because I really wouldn't pay $400 for anything except the Okacheke Flareon in Japanese. That I might, but there is no chance I'm ever seeing it for that price. Right, you know the deal. Comment, like, subscribe, check out Patreon, all that good stuff. Thank you very much for watching. Look after yourselves till next time. My name's Ross, and you've been watching PTCG Radio. Bye!